Okay, here we're going to talk about the area and circumference of circles. I know we've done area and perimeter of a lot of different shapes, and here we're going to do the exact same thing, but with circles, okay? So first thing, before we get too far, when it comes to, yes, this is one of my kids' toys, we need to know a couple of things about a circle first, before, before we go too far. All right, so the first thing we need to know, what is this word circumference? What does it really mean? So a circumference is the perimeter of a circle. All right, so it's the distance around the edge of a circle. Now, the reason why they don't call it the perimeter of a circle is because there's no sides. There are no sides of a circle, right? There's an infinite amount of sides, so to speak. So since this is just a perfect circle, there are no sides, so we don't say perimeter, because perimeter is really the sum of the sides of a figure or a shape. And the circumference isn't necessarily the sum of these sides. So that's why they changed the name, okay? So that's why we just call it the perimeter of a circle, right? The distance around the edge of a circle. So, and really loosely saying the word perimeter here, because mathematically speaking, it's not technically accurate to say that. So circumference, really the distance around the edge of a circle. All right, and the area is just the same as what you think it is. Right? It's the space taken up inside of that shape. Now, one thing that we need to know about a circle before we can ever discuss the area and the perimeter of it is we need to know what this distance right here is. All right, this distance. Now, I put a dot, and we're going to say that that's the center, okay? That's the center of the circle, all right? And that distance from the center to any edge or the edge of this circle, so anywhere around here, it's always going to be the exact same distance. So that distance is called a radius. Okay, so a radius, the distance from the center to the edge of a circle. And that's really important, because we're going to end up using this for both of our formulas, okay? And really, they are just simply formulas. And we're going to I'm just going to show you these two formulas, and I'm going to do a couple practice problems, and that's it. There's really not too much to this. All right, so circumference, right? Remember, this is the distance around the edge, the distance around the edge of a circle. Circle, I can spell today. All right, so the circumference, C, is equal to, and this is, it's just a simple formula. It is 2 times pi times r, or 2 pi r. I'm going to hear 2 pi r. Well, 2 is the number 2. Pi is it is a number, 3.14159, that goes on forever and ever, and r being the radius that we just discussed here. So let's do this. Let's say, let's do an example here. All right, let's say we have a radius. Let's say the radius is 12.3. All right, so let's find the circumference of this circle with a radius of 12.3. All right, so I'm going to write circumference equals 2 pi times 12.3. And then I'm going to just plug that in my calculator and see what I get back, right? So circumference is going to be, and on my calculator, I have a button for pi right here. If you don't have a button for pi, you can always use pi as 3.14. Okay, I'll always accept this as a possible, as a decimal approximation for pi. It's approximately, excuse me, wiggle, 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 wiggle. All right, so for circumference, 2 pi times 12.3. So in my calculator, I'm going to write 2, and then pi, right? My pi button, it's right above the caret right there, that pi button right there. and then times 12.3. So 2 pi times 12.3, boom, 77.28, let's call it. So here the circumference is 77.28 units, whatever they might be. And that's it. This is the formula. It is no more difficult than that. And you don't really have to worry too much about it. It's really just a very simple plug in the radius and plug it in your calculator. Now, area is almost as easy. Some may say area of a circle is even easier. So the area of a circle is pi times r squared. The area of a circle is pi times r squared. So let's do an example here. Uh-oh. Okay. Let's say we have a radius of 9. Okay. Let's find the area of a circle with the radius of 9 units. So we go ahead and plug it into their formula. The area is pi times 9 squared. And then I can just take that, plug it in my calculator. Here, I'm going to use my pi button. So pi, excuse me, not that one. No, excuse me. Pi, there it is, times 9 squared. And I get 254.47. So the area is 254.47. It cannot be any easier than that. All you're doing is you're taking a radius and you're plugging it into the formula. And that's as far as, oh, and we're going to say units squared, right? All right, so, and that's it. That's as far as you really have to take it.